told you we can't keep doing this every single weekend.
Well, maybe if you actually listen to stop yelling.
Never listen to me because you don't understand.
Just a minute, I'm texting. I just don't know what to do.
This can't go on.
We have to talk about this.
We can't keep pretending everything is fine.
Families are changing, relationships are changing, but the tough questions remain. Let's have the conversations nobody else wants to have.
At Christian Love, family matters.
Welcome to the Christian Love Baptist Church Family Matters podcast. Our podcast is going to be focusing on issues of importance to the modern family. We know that a strong family makes a strong community and even makes a strong nation. So we put this podcast together to touch on topics that are of significance to the modern family. Issues such as blended families, issues such as the point of view that children have as they're growing up and the way that they see their parents. So there's going to be a lot of topics that we're going to talk on. We're asking that you come out and join us. We're going to be doing this every Tuesday at 7:30. It's going to be an active conversation. It's going to be live conversations. You're welcome to add your feedback and even have comment and questions via Facebook. We want you to join us for this podcast series. Thank you.
Welcome to Family Matters at CLBC podcast. Good evening, everybody. My name is Lunick Addison Boyd, and boy, do we have a show for you on this evening. Tonight, we are going to be talking about Kids Speak, Parents Listen, and God Guides. I've got some special guests with me on this evening. We've got Melissa McZorn and her son, Aaron McZorn. Hello. And we are going to get into some topics today that I pray that you guys are okay with, because we're going to dive in. No pre-questions, right? They didn't get to see the questions. And I don't want you guys fighting. I don't want any disagreements. I want complete honesty, because this is going to be good. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
All right.
Very ready.
So my first question is going to be for you, Aaron. I want to know, what's something you wish adults understood about being a teenager today, right, that you don't think parents fully understand?
Well, one thing that teenagers go through in today's time is internet, such as like cyberbullying, and, also a lot of content, because now you can like make Facebook and Instagram, now it is like very easy to find, and now people will use stuff like your posts or your stories to kind of make fun of you and kind of like basically just try and make you something that you don't want to be.
So have you experienced anything like that, like cyberbullying, or have you spoken to someone who may have experienced cyberbullying, or using like a post and turning it into a meme and turning it into a joke? Because nowadays, everywhere you go, people are recording everything. If there's a fight, they're not breaking it up. They're not calling somebody. They're hitting record. Right. Is that something that you've experienced or know someone has experienced?
Me, it had happened one time.
Okay.
It was back during COVID. That was kind of it. And a lot of my friend group has also went through it as well. Some multiple, some 1-2 times. So it is definitely something I'm familiar with, and it's definitely something that I have experienced myself.
So what do you think is the hardest about being your age and realizing that adulthood is right around the corner?
Knowing how things looks now, knowing how you have to basically just prepare yourself for the worst, because a lot of people prepare themselves
Why the
for
worst?
the best. The worst because, a lot of people try and build themselves up to be the best and not really look at the worst outcomes, and not really try and go through the troubled times. So
right.
A lot of people, when they experience the worst, a lot of them kind of get in shock and now don't want to be in adulthood no more. Some of them give up because they've been thinking that life is all flowers and not preparing themselves.
Butterflies, sunshine, and unicorn, and that is not how life works.
Yes.
Absolutely not.
Okay. So when something is really bothering you, what makes you decide, right, that I could tell my mom this versus I'm going to keep it to myself? Because you just said, you've experienced it once. What makes it more comfortable for you to decide to tell her or not to tell her? And don't get mad.
For some people I know, it is very hard to tell because sometimes they don't feel like their mom don't listen, or how if they do tell them, it's gonna keep on happening and nothing will really change. But I can't tell my mom, I can't tell her, because I know that if anything was to happen to me, she will stand up, and she will turn to Mike Tyson.
That's right.
Fighting. I know that for sure.
We witnessed that a couple weeks ago, but we won't speak on that topic.
Not at all.
Do not come for her son. Is that right?
Or my daughter, either one of them.
Or my daughters. All right.
I'm a mama bear for sure.
So we didn't say this. I want to just, go back a little bit. So Deacon Melissa is an educator. You are a mom, a woman of faith, and all of the things. And you have 2 children. You're also married. And you are in your 3rd year in high school. You're a junior, correct?
About to be senior in a couple
about
of years.
to be a senior. So you're a junior. I'm about to be a senior. Okay, so I love that. So let me just ask you the next question then. Do parents and teenagers even speak the same language? Because you are an educator. So you kind of get a heads up. You do have 2 teenagers at home, but you get the heads up and you see what all the young kids are doing in the schools. So what do you think? Are you guys speaking the same language sometimes? Do you find it what are they talking about? Because I feel like kids talk in code.
Yes, they definitely do. And it is a reminder for me to kind of learn their language.
Okay.
Because,
give me an example of something you had to.
Oh gosh.
Because they abbreviate everything.
They abbreviate everything. I can't. It was some word. I remember I said the word dope. And they were like, Mom, we don't say that anymore.
Oh, because that's very...
Yes. I was saying something's really dope. And they was like, oh, you're so old. We don't say that. And I'm like, wait, what? And they said another word. And I was like, never heard of it. But okay. Right. So I know for next time that means dope.
Right.
And so it's a constant learning lesson for me, because in order for you to really understand your kids, you have to understand their language. They're not talking like how we talk, and that's okay, because being a parent should always be a learning process, even for the children as well.
Do you find it hard to navigate, when you don't understand? Are you running to ChatGPT? Are you asking your students, my kid said this? Are you asking other parents? How are you navigating this? Do you feel weird asking them, what?
These kids make me feel very old.
Okay.
Because I'm always like, huh? What?
Right.
And they're like, Mom, you're old. So I'm like, wait, I am 43. I am not old. Right. But, again, that's the differences in language. So they're learning and I'm learning.
Right.
And, it's all playful. It's fun. We laugh a lot. So, I allow them to, make fun of me, and I do the same to them.
Right.
And that's our bonding, for us to learn and get to know each other, because this teenage phase is very different.
Yes.
It is very hard. I do speak to my friends a lot who have teenagers as well. So we talk about it.
Okay.
It's definitely a phase for sure.
Right.
And it's a tough phase, but my kids are good. So we're learning together.
So you're getting through it.
Yes.
So Aaron, give me something that Mom says that makes you think she does not get it. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid.
No, it's just a lot of things she says she gets from her kids, and then when she tells us, it's kind of like, why are you saying that?
Why you right? Because she wants to be hip. Do you think she wants to be in on it? And you be like, that's not how that you don't use those 2 things together.
Yes. I have 3rd grade students who I call my kids too.
Right.
And I come home and tell them stuff, and they be like, no. So.
Okay, so what's something that he says that makes you say, what in the world does that mean?
Oh gosh. Off the top of my head, oh gosh, I can't really...
Give me something that you say, right? Just if you could think of it, that she's going to be clueless, or you're so concerned that she's clueless.
I don't really use today's terms a lot.
Okay.
But I know sometimes I'll say that's sick, or
Would you say that's sick?
Yeah, that's
okay.
sick.
Well, we know what that means, right?
Well,
at first when he said it, I was like, that's sick. I was like, what's sick?
What's sick?
I was like, what?
Like,
Who?
oh, okay,
And
right.
I was like, okay, got it.
Okay. So, Melissa, when communication breaks down, right? We're talking about speaking the language and all of the things. How do you find your way back to each other when you feel like you're completely disconnected and you want to reconnect with him again and you feel like, oh man, I might have messed up, or maybe I said something that, triggered him, or I don't speak their language. I feel so old, like you said.
Mhm.
How do you get back to, that conversation or move on from that?
So one thing that I do, I'm always apologetic to my kids if I don't understand something, or if they say something I don't understand and I might get frustrated in the moment.
Mhm.
I might walk away and then I'll
Right.
come back.
Because I need a minute.
Because I
Mom
need a
needs
minute.
Right.
I'm like, what are you talking about?
Right.
And then I'd be like, okay, I'm sorry. I didn't understand. Like, explain it to me. What are you talking about?
Right.
Or what were you trying to tell me?
Mm-hmm.
And they do the same, for me too. So I think it's important, as parents, for us to realize that even though we are, of course, more wise and we know more,
Right.
that it is okay to say sorry to your kids.
It's okay to not know too.
Right.
Right. Because we want to know. We don't want our kids to know more than us. And I think that speaks to, like, when you were younger and your parents, right?
Mhm.
You didn't feel like they spoke the language. And you're like, oh my God, you don't get it. And one of my favorite things that I used to say, when my mom used to just say things and we're Caribbean, right?
Mhm.
My mother would say something, I'd be like, Mom, I know. She's like, yeah, you always know. You know everything. You know everything. And I'm like, yeah, I know. Like some things my parents just don't, right? She's like, I don't understand the spending the night at someone's house thing. I don't understand why you guys have to sit and go to sleep together on the phone.
Mhm.
So some of that stuff, I feel like we have to remember that we were once kids too, right? Is there anything that, you've done where your mom kind of goes, oh man, I get it. Do you feel like at some point the light bulb comes on?
Sometimes.
Sometimes, not all the time.
Sometimes she don't gets it, and sometimes if I'm not from also from her kids,
Okay.
who also talks about it, and then when her kids talk about it, and she comes to us,
Right.
and then we explain it, she's like, oh, that makes a lot of sense, and then it kind of
Right.
kind of
And then that's
clicks
how
right
y'all
there.
get that old thing back.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I
Which
like
is
that.
so for me, I feel it's so important because if you don't really try your best to try to connect with them,
Right.
then it can really interfere with the communication and it
Correct.
allows them to not
I
want to
agree.
talk to you.
Right.
So that's why I'm always trying to figure it out. And if I don't, I will apologize because, I feel like as parents, you have to sometimes.
You have to. Which
Yeah.
brings me directly to my next question to Erin. What's something teenagers your age are afraid or worried about or pressured by right now that they may never tell their parents?
Ooh.
Oh, did that? Because you don't want them to not never tell you anything.
I want them to tell me everything. I always tell them that. Tell me everything.
Okay. So give me an example.
For a lot of kids, I know it's kind of like depression is one of them.
Depression. Okay.
Because then sometimes I know a lot of people tell their parents that they're like, oh, depression ain't like a real thing, or like you'll get over it. So I know a lot of people kind of don't tell their parents because they feel like that's kind of the answer that they would get, and that's kind of it.
So why not tell? You think? Why do parents shy away from telling their parents certain things? In your experience with your friends and your boys, like, what do you find? Why do you find it hard to share sometimes?
Sometimes we don't know how to explain it. We don't know how to put words together and kind of make a full sentence out of it to make it make sense and have them understand it. And a lot of times when we don't know how to do that, we kind of just not tell them at all because we feel like if we do tell them and it don't make the perfect sense, then they won't get it, and then next thing you know, they probably will just say forget it.
Just forget. So you guys make up stuff in your head already, and you already predict the outcome, not knowing that she may or he may, like your dad, may not react that way, right? So depression is a real thing. we talked behind the scenes about social anxiety. I know you were sharing about social anxiety and how you sometimes go to your mom for things. So, as a mom, how do you know when your son needs your advice and when he just needs you to listen?
Oh, good question. So I know him very, very well, and I know his habits,
Okay.
and so
His routine, how he
I
moves.
know his routine.
Okay, okay.
And I know that if he's in his room too long, I'm coming and I'm banging on the door.
Right.
You know,
And that's important because with social media and all of the things, I think I was watching something the other day and there was a mom who was advocating for her son because her son committed suicide.
Wow.
He was watching not cyberbullying, but he was connected to a bot.
Mm-mm.
And the bot was telling him like, oh, I love you, we need to be together, I can show you how to come to me, don't cheat on me, and all these things. He was having these conversations for 2 years with this bot, and his mom never knew. And he had a great relationship. She was showing videos of them taking trips and playing around the house and all of the things. How do you know that you know him for sure?
Well, I feel that sometimes, it might be instances where you might miss it, right? And I think that's where parents kind of have to give themselves a little bit of grace.
Grace, yes.
And, it's when you have those unfortunate situations like that parent.
He was 14.
Yeah, because sometimes you might know everything or you think you know everything, and it's that little thing that you might miss for a second.
Okay.
But it's always important that you try to always be involved as much as possible, so that you can eliminate missing anything.
So with that being said, I think it's very important for parents to pay attention to the signs and the kids and their habits and their schedules and how they speak and all of the things, because those things matter. And we're talking about family matters, right? Because it could be like the little things,
Yep.
And she kept saying, how did I miss this? And it wasn't until after he took the pills and, she realized, that she really didn't know. And she went through his phone and started seeing all of that. So I think that that's very important. So if you're watching, I want you guys to know the importance of paying attention to your children, what they're listening to, who their friends are, and all of the things, right? So with that being said, we're going to take a really quick break and we'll be right back.
At Smart Tax Group, we believe that financially strong families help build stronger communities. Hi, I'm Mila Lieberson, a tax partner at Smart Tax Group. We offer business owners smart tax strategies and clear guidance to help them make informed decisions for themselves and their businesses. When business owners have the tools and support to plan ahead, they can create more opportunities for themselves and their families. Our goal is to make tax planning feel simpler, more approachable, and less stressful. Together, we can help families stay on track, grow with confidence, and work towards lasting financial success. Contact me for assistance with your business tax needs.
And we're back. Earlier, we were just talking about, taking care of your kids, making sure that you are alert, knowing who their friends are, what they're doing, what's on their phones, monitoring all things children, right? And I want to pose this question to you, Aaron. What's something your mom does that makes it easier for you to talk to her?
One thing that she does is she kind of like sits down and let me talk, let me explain what's on my mind, and then
I like that.
And then after I'm done, she kind of just tells me what to do, what not to do, who to talk to, and kind of how to proceed from that.
Did you know that he knows that and that's important to him and that's how he feels about it?
Yeah, I really try to have that open communication with my kids. And, especially with Aaron being older, I know that, he's experiencing some things and everything. And I never want him to feel that he has to talk to his friends or someone
Mhm.
else
Or strangers.
or a stranger.
Or
I want him-
bots.
yeah, I tell him like, I don't care what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to come tell me.
Right.
Because and then we'll go from there.
Right.
You know, but please, I want him to be comfortable telling me stuff because I didn't always feel comfortable.
Right.
You know, saying things.
Right. So behind the scenes, we were talking about, what makes it easier for you to communicate certain things with your mom than with your dad, right? I want you to elaborate a little bit about that. What does she make it more comfortable? Is it a little bit more like, the father, son, and you feel like he wouldn't understand, or is he like aggressive, or he just, he's just a man being a man? Like, what makes it easier to talk to your mom?
My mom kind of just talks down with me. She kind of just explains everything and kind of just
Gives you context.
Yeah, context, like write an essay.
Because dads don't do that. Sorry, dads. Not all dads, but most dads, right? Mm-hmm.
She don't kind of do like PowerPoints and kind of just this, that, and the third.
The teacher in me.
The teacher in me. After all, she is an educator. Is that rough though? Like having your mom as an educator, or does it make communicating with her a lot easier? Would you say that's one of the reasons?
One of the reasons is because it makes it easier because since she kind of does go into like a PowerPoint, she does point out certain things, and it'll become easier to do and become easier to follow.
Got it. That's good. And that's good that you can use what you do in the classroom to be able, because not everybody has that. Everybody's not blessed to be able to do that. And look, and you're an educator, a woman of faith, a wife, a mother, but when it comes to raising your own children, right? What has motherhood taught you that a classroom, a church, or a book could not have taught you?
Wow. Excellent question. Wow. Motherhood. Wow. Motherhood really, it really taught me how to really grow up. And how to really put my big girl panties on.
Yeah.
It taught me to put away a lot of the childish things I used to do. And it also taught me responsibility.
Right.
So it taught me, like you have children here, you can't do certain things anymore.
Right. You can't be outside, turned up, twerking, and all of the things that you did before you had the kids.
No.
Because family matters.
Family matters.
Right.
And I have, it taught me just, unconditional love, and just how to really appreciate, these two beings that God blessed me with.
Right. Because you're experiencing it in real time.
In real time. Yes.
Right. You don't get to take a break from being mom.
Yes.
Right. You can take a break from all the other things, but you never get to take a break from being mom. How do you feel about that? You know that mom does not get an opportunity to take a break. She's always on go. She always has to think about what you're going to eat, what you're going to wear, what back to school looks like, college, and all of the things. Do you know what a mother has to go through?
I do. Definitely I do.
Yeah? Are you appreciative of it?
Yes, very much.
Okay. So with that, right, I want to know from you both, and either one of you could take this question. We talked about apologizing, right, to one another. How much apologizing do you do versus mom apologizing? And if you are apologizing, what are you apologizing for and how do you go about it? And can you count on one hand? No.
I know definitely apologize a lot.
So you be messing up a lot?
No, sometimes I'll apologize for the old things.
Okay.
It reappears and I'll kind of just apologize for those things. I don't mess up a lot because I'm not really a social person, so I don't really do much. And I will kind of just be to myself a lot and kind of just talk to people close around me, and that's kind of but I do know, especially what she said earlier about her not know slang. She do apologize for it because
Well, she shouldn't have to apologize for that.
Yeah, but you know, she wants to get to know her children more. And one of the things that she really don't understand is the words that we say, like slangs and all of it. So she kind of apologizes for that, even though she do knows that she don't have to apologize.
Right.
But knowing that it comes from her kids and know how she don't understand it. Right. That might make her apologize.
And it helps with the relationship, right? So the same question for you.
For me, like I apologize sometimes for, I might yell a lot,
Okay, mommy be yelling throughout the house. What should be? Turn the drums off! Because he's a musician, y'all. So he's banging away at the drums. He's playing the keyboard. Sometimes it's the bass. So how do you navigate, like, because he can't hear you through the music.
I know.
Right? So are those some of the things that you're screaming about?
Oh my gosh, yes. Been screaming since 2? Because it's been doing this since 2. So, now I have an ear where the banging doesn't bother me as much.
Right. But you should be used to that with Aaron.
I'm so used to it now.
Okay.
I'm so used to it. But it took some time.
Right.
Right? Because, as a teacher, it's quiet.
Correct.
You got lesson plans.
You need time to map out programs.
Yes.
Right. Grade papers.
All that stuff. You need quiet time. And then you have musicians, and it's just like, and I'm like, oh my God. So sometimes, I will get a little frustrated.
Right.
I might yell and everything, and then I'll come back and apologize.
Give me an example of how you yell.
Oh God.
Y'all want to hear her yell?
I'm like, bum, 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 Aaron, turn it off.
But how can he hear you? Because it's hard to hear when you're banging away at things.
And so I'm banging hard, right?
Okay.
Sometimes I hear, sometimes I don't. It really depends.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. So this question is for the both of you. I'm gonna go with you first, Aaron. When something happens in your family that you don't know how to handle, what does bringing God into it look like in your house?
I'm definitely, one thing I would say, I was kind of born into church.
So you grew up in the church.
Yeah.
Okay. So you in church 7 days. What?
Mostly been like the Christian love. All my life been Christian
grew up
love,
here,
so,
yeah.
I was definitely taught from many preachers and pastors on how to handle things and how to move forward. And one thing that I bring God into when something happens in the family, I kind of just ask Him to put angels around everybody. And not just my family, but also everybody else. Because behind closed doors, you don't really know what other people go through.
That's right.
And a lot of people would just pray for their family, but me, I kind of go around and go to every family I know. Okay. And sometimes I be telling myself, I'm like, God has to be tired of me. God, like, every time I pray, I'll always be praying for every family I know.
That's right.
I'll be like, he probably just up to like, you done yet?
Done yet? You're advocating, you're tarrying, and you are praying for other people, and that's what ministry is really all about. And I love that because there are a lot of young people who are now coming to Christ, right? There are a lot of more people your age who are coming and playing, the drums and getting involved in ministry. And I think that's so amazing. And if you guys don't know, he is a minister in training at the Christian Love Baptist Church. So he loves the Lord. He's here preaching sometimes. He's here banging on the drums and also things sometimes, he doesn't get chastised for it because they said to raise a child up in the way that they ought to go. And I just love that, and I know it's not easy, but I love the dynamic that you understand him. And we were also talking about how you drop him off at practice and pick him up. And he's also playing at other churches and you're using your gifts, right, for the betterment of everybody, but you're also using your gifts to give back to the Lord, so God is never going to be tired of hearing you pray and give him praise and thank him and pray for other people, because God is not looking for perfect people or perfect Christians. He's looking at your heart. Amen. And I think that that's truly what matters, so I think your mom is appreciative of that. And I think that she's instilled something so amazing in him, and Alyssa, which is her daughter. And I want to ask you the same question, but I want to go a little bit deeper with you. When something happens in your family, right, that you don't know how to handle, right? What does bringing God into it actually looks like? And I'm talking about Monday mornings. I'm talking about disappointments. I'm talking about attitude and fear when you don't know what to do. Like, what does that look like for you?
So for me, when I don't know what to do, I literally just put it in God's hands.
And it's easy to say, let go and let God.
And I was just about to say, right? Because sometimes, right, you know, because Mel is a fixer, right? And so I'm always like, well, how can I fix it? How can I fix it?
Right.
And, you know, sometimes there's situations that, you know, God will put you in just to show you that you cannot fix it. Put it in my hands.
That's right.
And that's hard, right?
Yeah.
Because that's truly what faith is. That's truly what
it.
trust is.
That's it.
But I know that when I'm not able to handle it or to fix it or anything, I put it in His hands and I let it go.
Right.
And I just keep praying for God to do whatever He's going to do with it.
Amen.
And also for me to be okay with whatever the outcome is.
Amen.
Of it. And that's tough, but you know, I just trust God that whatever happens, you know, I know that you designed it for it to be that way,
right? And
that whatever will happen, that I will be okay, or my family will be okay, through it. So, you know, we talk about God a lot, and you know, we talk about faith, and
you could say that God is at the center of all of this.
Absolutely.
Amen.
Absolutely.
Amen. So we are winding down, but I need to get this. How has your relationship, Aaron, with God become your relationship? Not just the faith of your parents, but your own faith. Like, how do you navigate your own faith and not relying on your parents' faith?
One thing that I did back then was I'm kind of like sat in my room. I kind of just picture my future and what to
that
do
looks
next.
Like okay,
because knowing how much, you know, like I said, we don't prepare for the future, and I know I kind of just picture my future and all, and then I kind of just pray about it and ask God to lead me into the right direction. And, you know, knowing
I
how
love that.
Knowing how, you know, everything not gonna be sunshine and rainbows, but you know, knowing how I have God on my understanding how my future is going to be good and my future is going to be well, and the people around me is going to be, you know, okay. And it builds up my faith, allows me to continue to push every day further and further and harder than before, and continue to go into that journey of faith.
Amen. So this is the part of the show where I want you to say to your mom, I want you to finish this sentence, okay? Finish the sentence while looking at your mom. Mom, one thing I need you to always know about me is. Finish that.
Okay. My back. Hold on. All right.
Mom, one thing I need you to always know about me is.
Okay. Mom, one thing I need you to always know about me is that I will forever be here no matter how hard things get, or no matter how many times we argue or how many times we disagree, I will forever be here.
Amen. Don't have me crying on this podcast today.
Okay, that was beautiful. How did you receive that? Good?
Woo, my heart. Oh my goodness.
Okay. Okay, so turn.
Okay.
I want you to finish this. No matter how old you get, I need you to always know.
Son, no matter how old you, I need you to know that Mom will always be here. I have your back all the time. Whatever you need, I am always there.
Oh my God. Guys, kids speak, parents God, guys, and that's why family matters. I'm your host, Lunik Addison Boyd. Let's give our guest a round of applause. So until next time, lock in, repost, share, and tag your friends, because we are here, the Family Matters at CLBC Podcast, and we want you all to join in and be with us. Also, too, we're here every Sunday at 9 a.m. for Sunday service, so get here into the house of the Lord. 830 Lyons Avenue in Irvington, New Jersey. Okay.
That's right.
I love you guys. Thank you.
Hope you enjoy our Christian Love Baptist Church Family Matters podcast. We're inviting you to also come out, meet us here at Christian Love Baptist Church, 830 Lyons Avenue, Irvington, New Jersey. Our worship service is every Sunday, starting at 9 a.m. Love to have you come out and join us for our worship service. Have a good evening.